Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much because of great support. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Now, William Ruto, with his team Kenya Kwanza, they have come out to identify that to deal with Raila Odinga's mass action is not going to be easy. This comes after they had already sent certain individuals, including even clergy, to talk with Raila Odinga, which they believed that this was going to bear a fruit. But as we speak now, William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza team, they are like dealing with reality now. Leave alone the threats that they were giving day in, day out, as if Raila Odinga's Azimio were going to buy their threats. I have realized that after that, there are certain individuals that William Ruto are currently involving to ensure that Raila Odinga is going to call off the mass action. Today, even despite of Raila Odinga coming out again, calling for a mass action of every Monday and Thursday, this has attracted Kenyans across the social media. It is a news that is trending as we speak now. Now, there is a report that we are getting that it has reached at a point that those whom William Ruto believed that were easily to access Raila Odinga and have a talk and conversation towards calling off the mass action has not come out to bear any fruit. So whatever he's doing now, Raila had worked before with African Union. And he believes that when he's going to involve these African unions, including the presidents of certain countries in Africa that understand Raila Odinga very well, and they can talk with Raila Odinga. So we are told that now this Kenya Kwanza government is trying to involve other presidents of African countries, especially East African countries, like Uganda and Tanzania and Sudan. But those countries that are likely having good relationship with Raila Odinga is mostly there's a possibility of Museveni having a talk with Raila Odinga, because once a while they were good friends. But because I don't want to dispute that Museveni was so good friend of William Ruto that they cannot talk with Raila Odinga, which according to me I believe that if Museveni have decided that they can have a talk, they can have a talk. But when you look at Samia Suluhu, is like portraying a picture that there is a possibility of them rhyming with Raila Odinga, including even Mama Ida. So they are trying at least involve these presidents of East African, and if this is not going to bear fruit, we are being told that there is a possibility of these people involving African Union, because Raila Odinga had worked there before, and Mausa Faki, who is the Secretary General of African Union, there's a possibility of calling Raila Odinga and so that they can have a talk. But this is just something that is out of hand. It is out of control in terms of the directions and momentum that Raila Odinga's Azimio is having. I said it very clear that when this regime wants to deal with Raila Odinga's mass action, it is simple. When these people are organizing their mass action, let the police give these people license. Number two, let these people have peaceful mass action without tear gas from the police and excessive force from the police. And if any case they're going to try to still to make this like a violent and chaotic mass action, then let them still continue using excessive police force through tear gassing people and dispersing people, which might not be so favorable to them actually. So when you look at them now engaging different individuals, including even outside the country, it has reached at a point that these people, they are unable to control Raila Odinga. But as days are unfolding, we believe and we know that people are trying to access Raila Odinga. As we speak now, even Muslims, they are going to start their fasting and prayers on Thursday, if I'm not wrong, Thursday or Friday, But they are calling, Friday I think next week, but they are calling Raila Odinga to call off the mass action. So is there any possibility of these Muslims coming out again to make Raila Odinga to call off his mass action? Because they are claiming that Raila Odinga will interfere with their holy month, which they are requesting Raila Odinga, with due respect, to shut down the mass action. But even despite of that, Raila Odinga has come out also with the team that it has reached a time that even despite of Muslims are going to a holy month, they must stand with the people. Because as we speak now, the cost of living is a very serious and crucial issue as we speak now. Number two, the issue of electoral injustices is creating a lot of issue and problem. And thirdly, the issue of servers. Fourthly, the issue of IEBC panel. Is there any possibility, even if William Ruto is calling for a talk that is going to benefit common wananchi, is there any possibility of William Ruto accepting to talk about the high cost of living? Is there any possibility of William Ruto accepting the issue of electoral injustices? Is there any possibility of William Ruto talking about the servers? Which according to me is like the mother of the issues that Raila Odinga is raising. So this issue of mass action Monday to Thursday has reached at a point even African unions are being involved to at least to sit down with Raila Odinga and have a talk. They are requesting for just time for them to correct some issues, which according to me, they had time, almost 7 months. 7 months. Well, they were bragging, boasting. Now they are now humble. It seems like they are humble. They have realized the truth. They are dealing with realities. So for them, is to request for more help. And to request for more help, they are seeing like the excessive police force might not bear fruit whatever they want to. Because they believe that the excessive police force might make Kenyans or common mwananchi to feel like, this is something that is very tough. Let us not associate ourselves with the mass action. But what they saw was just like a saucer. It was like an example. But what next? As we ask the same question to William Ruto, is there any possibility of Raila Odinga accepting William Ruto to have a talk with him, but not the issue of servers? Can Raila Odinga accept William Ruto not to talk about the electoral injustices? Because one thing that I know that can bind them and they can agree is about the cost of living. But the issue of servers and electoral injustices might not make them to board. And that's the reality and the truth. So as much as we are speaking when it comes to serious issues, I want to say Kenyans, it might not be easy as now other parties, third parties are being involved, ensuring that Raila Odinga is going to call off the mass action. But there are scenarios and issues that are coming immediate at a point that this government has been in the office for 7 months, almost to 7 months. What were they doing? Because there are certain issues, very simple issues, that today they could have been coming out to say that we have solved this. In fact, if I was Kenya Kwanza government, I could have come out to those billions of money that has been used in Hustler Fund. I could have come out to use them to solve the issue of hunger and certain issues that are trying to hinder the cost of living. But for them to involve African Union, to involve certain African president to talk with Raila Odinga, this is just simple theoretic, rhetoric stories that might not assist William Ruto as we speak now. So ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, I want to appreciate you so much because of great support. Bye bye till you meet on another video.